Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day again, and my name is the one and only Mekaji, and I'm here to serve you with a reaction. Today, we are talking about one beautiful topic going around. In fact, it has been on the tables for quite a long time now, and we are here to discuss it. I think it's about the Accra High Court striking out or paving way for the Anti-Galamsey people to go for their demonstrations. People say that why is the NDC government doing this? Why is he doing that? Now, clearly, I'm here to bring out the 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 anchor of the issue, where it started from, and where are we now, and where are we going to. It's just as the late the late John Mensa Asaba, who once upon a time had an argument or had to with their protest movement against the colonial government at the time, that our land belongs to not just the present generation. However, it belongs to three people. So let me give you a brief about the story and how John Mensa Saba did a good job about a particular case. Now, the case was just about the people or the indigenous at the time, the Gold Coasters, selling their own land to their own people. But then the colonial government at the time believed that the actual price or the valuations of the land did not match, right? So they believe that, for example, if the land was supposed to be sold at 5 cedis, the gold coasters were selling it to themselves at a price of 1 cedi 50 pesos, which was way below the actual valuations of the land. And so therefore they decided that they wanted to seize the land from the gold coasters. Now these people got angry. This was probably before political parties even had their way into our system. So the protest movement led by John Mensa Saba led a delegation to the Queen of England, or the Queen of British at the time, made his argument. And in his argument, he claimed that there are three owners of the land: the past generation, the present generation, and then the future generation. However, as things stand, it is only the present generation that is available to make an argument or to make a case for the land. And so therefore, there can never be a case, right? Because majority will always carry the vote. What will be the motion for the past generation and then the future? Are they willing to also allow the colonial government have access to the land? So that did not happen. Today we are here to discuss about our own natural resources. Sometimes I feel like, is it a blessing, or it has been a curse to us? Has our natural resources been a blessing to our country, or it has been a curse? Either ways, where do we stand as a country? We have our raw materials, our natural resources, from the gold to the bauxite, the diamonds, the manganese, name them. The only problem is the extraction. How do we get hold of these? We are even told that back in the days when it rains, you can even collect gold with your hands. In all cases, we've been seeing this Galamsey menace since time immemorial, right? We've we've massaged the case to the extent that at this point we can't massage it any longer. Prior to 2016, one of the cases both political ends were making was that they will not quit Galamsey in this country. However, they were going to find ways or deduce ways in extracting the gold in a right way. NPP won the elections in 2016, formed their government in 2017. After, the dwindling effect, the palpable if negative effect of extracting gold from the land became very visible, to the extent that if you drive along roadsides in the mining areas, you could even see people mining. After 2017, 2018, then we begin to hear the Akufo-Addo government from himself saying that I am putting my presidency on the line. Nothing happened. He formed a member committee to deal with the case. Meanwhile, any ordinary Ghanaian, just as you would want to say, even though I believe that there is nothing like an ordinary Ghanaian. You walk around, you drive around the mining areas and see people mining, some even behind police stations. Yet the government formed the committee, and I'm wondering what committee is that? What was the purpose of the committee? What was the outcome? Fast forward, Professor Frimpong Manson, a sector minister at the time, gave out a report or a leaked report of him stating clearly the culprit to this gigantic issue at hand. What happened to it? He even stated that he had already presented the report to the president. The report has been on the president's table, and look, I'm even struggling to talk about it because look, take it or leave it, take it or leave it. Nothing has changed. We have a report on our president's table months. This is from Professor Frimpong Manson. The report has been on the table of the president months. This is President Akufo-Addo. It has been on his table and he decided not to even look at it. For all we know, maybe perhaps he had looked at it and realized that his people were involved. Because looking at the names mentioned, majority were his party folks. And he was not even willing to give them out. Yet this is the same person who said, I'm putting my presidency on the line. Clearly, that stated that he was willing to give out everything. But did he? Another big fat lie over there. 2018, 2019, the cases began to escalate. Meetings here and there, Operation Hall, Operation Galamsey, Operation what? Look, they were good in naming every operation, yet they failed. What was the success stories of these operations? Yet we failed. How much did government spend on that fight? Edwuma no a wontumi nyɛ wɔsɛ wie sika no wo nso Hausa hyɛfoɔ gu ɛresɛe nwura ɛresɛe the whole forest. No, let's move on. We are in 2025, a new government formed by the NDC government, the NDC party, led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now this is where it interests me the most. Even prior to the 2024 elections, yeah, there were instances where people wanted to go make a case, right, for this whole Galamsey thing to stop. They were arrested. One of the key members you could remember, Oliver Bakavomawo. The mass arresting of people few months into the elections. You've forgotten in Accra here. Why? They said they had flouted the rules. They had flouted the law. Why? They were fighting, they were demonstrating against something which was clear that it was destroying humanity. And today, media people who are clearly affiliated to the party MPP are making noise that what is happening. Then they are giving the government ultimatum, they are going for demonstration, they are doing this here and there. Look, there's no needed. If you had the capacity for 8 good years, you should have done something. At least you should have recorded some success stories that you were able to recover some of the land. As we speak, we are told that for every hectare of land destroyed by these illegal miners will cost government $40,000. And millions of lands have been destroyed already. Or many lands have been destroyed. So look at the cost involved. So in April 2025, right? That's 25th of April 2025. The Accra High Court strikes out motion against Anti-Galamsey protests. I'm reading from my Joy Online. Says who? Today, these same people known to be affiliated to the MPP are telling us that they want to do an anti-Galamsey demonstration. For what? In all honesty, we could all see what the government is doing. The direction, the trajectory is there. We could see the efforts of the government of the day, unlike the other ones who were only doing lip services. They tell us that, yeah, look, they were even thinking that government will stop them. Let's see. And Accra High Court has struck out a motion filed by the Ghana Police Service that's what to prohibit a planned protest against illegal mining in Ghana. Now, somebody will say that the police service acted in bad faith. No, they were looking at the security instances or the situations in which the country finds itself right now, that it won't help us. Clearly, the court has something different to say, and so therefore they pave way for these people to make to do their demonstration. So on the 28th of April this year, that's I think on Monday, we will see them on the street doing their own thing. Nobody is going to arrest them. The police is going to guide them for them to do their own thing. Now, my biggest issue is this. Hey, Mr. Okatakyie Afrifa, you've been in this whole thing since 2017. You saw how bad the MPP government was anytime it came to protecting our natural resources. You yourself have fought them. You've been in this. What has happened? What has changed? Today you are leading a charge to go do demonstration, which is, for me, it is uncalled for. Mr. Okatakyie, nobody is against anybody. It is about the national interest on any day. It is about the national interest. Look, another story from my Joy Online says that this is from let me get the date right. So on the 14th of October 2022. I'm just reminding you, Mr. Okatakyie. I'm just reminding you of something. Military is not to be blamed for any failures in fight against illegal mining. The lands minister at the time, Jinapo, you know him. Military is not to be blamed for any failures in fight against illegal mining. That one, you didn't see any need to go for any demonstration, right? Look, let's visit Ghana Web right now. On Ghana Web right now, you would read that on the 24th of March 2025, the Piapemhene blows alarm over secret issuance of prospecting license for mining in his area. This is current. Some of these things go way beyond politicians, go way beyond this NDC government. And sometimes when you present your cases so badly, you make it look like the government is doing literally zero as compared to the MPP government. You yourself claim that the MPP government have been too poor, right? Why the sudden change? What has happened? Do you personally think that the NDC government is not doing anything? This demonstration here, this energy should be channeled into doing something profitable. It should be channeled into getting more forums, getting into the mining areas, grouping people, telling them, giving them information about the adverse effect of what Galamsey will bring to our community and why they should desist from doing that. Rather than chasing people. Look, for me, I feel like you are chasing the clouds. It's not needed, bro. You don't need it. You know where you stand. I know you. You have your principles. You always stand by it. You've always stood by it. Why are you then leaving it? You are losing your conscience, bro. You are better than this. You could do something better. I'm giving you just this free advice. I am nobody. You are nobody too. You know. We are all human beings. I'm looking out for you. This demonstration should have been channeled into something profitable. And you had a platform. You could have just used your platform. Discuss national issues. Find a way to it. Just jot down your things. Look, if you tell me that you have the youth behind you and then you are going into the mining areas, joining the forces with the security personnel over there, just aiding them to fight these illegal miners. You've done something beneficial to all of us. Rather than gathering them, making noise on the streets of Accra on a Monday morning where people are supposed to be going to their offices, thinking for the country, finding a way to see the growth of this country. Enough of it. Evidence are there. We all know who the culprits are. I want to believe that you are not part of them. Don't fall for their tricks. Just as Honorable Upon Nkrumah once said, says that in politics, if you are looking for the one being used and you realize that you can't find anybody, then notice that you are the one they are looking for. You are the one they are using. That's sad. You are better than that. Thanks for joining me. This is where we bring an end to the reactions. Bye.